Okay, I've recorded this video several times, so I know this is even more ammunition for me to get it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and record it again, and I'm gonna pray that this time it gets uploaded. So if you're seeing this, just know that this is like the fourth take, but it's okay. So I was thinking in church about the woman with the issue of blood. I don't know why, but it just dropped into my spirit. And I've read this account multiple times, growing up in church, on my own, corporately as we're studying scripture. But something occurred to me that had never occurred to me before. Before I share that, I want to say that if you haven't read that account from the Bible, I encourage you to read it and sit with it and see what the Lord reveals to you about this miracle, this testimony. We know, some of us know, some of us don't. I'm not going to assume that everybody knows, but this woman had been battling for 12 long years. She had been bleeding 12 years straight. No physician could do anything about it. No lay person could do anything about it. She just been battling and bleeding for 12 years. In an instant moment, all she had to do was touch the hem of Jesus's robe, or the hem of his garment, as some translations say, and she was no longer bleeding. And something that the Lord revealed to me in this moment that was so good and so powerful is the very thing that she was struggling with ended up being the very thing that healed her. She was bleeding. She touched Jesus, and by the power of the blood, right? The power of just touching Jesus, she was made whole. The very thing that she was struggling with ended up being the very thing that made her whole. Not because the blood was like ours, right? If she would have touched any of us or any of the disciples back then, she wouldn't have had the same testimony. But because she touched Jesus's garment, because his blood was not tainted, because his blood was perfect, because his blood is what makes us whole, what makes us pure, right? She was able to get the healing that she needed. So it just amazed me that the power of Jesus and the power of his blood is able to turn something from a burden, right, or an infirmity into something that is a testimony. It just completely arrested me, because I was just thinking the power. And in church today, the choir sang about the power of God. And I just want to remind us that the power of Jesus and the power of his blood is what gets us through any trial, any sickness, any infirmity. So y'all stay blessed, and remember the power of the blood is what sustains you.